Hello and welcome to the Chronicles of the Average Guy. I'm your average guy, and this week was very exciting. Um, my family and I went to go watch AEW Revolution 2025 from the Crypto Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center. In my mind, it would always be the Staples Center, and I love the fact that my son was very into it. I know the dumb morons on my left, morons behind me because I got showered with beer, didn't even apologize. Got some idiot putting his hand in my wife's drink, didn't even apologize. Guys, I was at this point. Thank God my wife is there and my son, because I was just gonna, wail on this guy because he kept putting his freaking hand in my wife's drink. Like, what the hell, dude? Do you not see that there's a drink? What's even more sad was that his girlfriend that he was with, totally drunk, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking of either knocking him out or the girlfriend out. There was another couple on the right of us. That girl was ready to, go blow for blow because that girl was out of control. The drunken girl was out of control. And then I'll get to the morons on my left, um, just to get that out of the way because it was the ugly part. Sometimes it's a good to go see these lives, but you're gonna have your bad moments. The morons on my left are just, man. Okay, they had an issue with my son having fun and getting into the match, so I really wanted to deck the moron because he kept looking over, and I'm like, bro, you got a problem? It's my son. Let him have fun. And then he just looks at me, and I'm just like, man, if I got to say this at least one or two more times, and I even told him, and I did use, like, I will fuck you guys up one time. Uh, yeah, let, it's a kid. You want to pick on a little kid, that shows you have no integrity. You have clearly no intelligence, and you're just a bully. You're going to mad dog a little child. I'm right there, and I will stick up for my son. I don't care who the hell you are. I will stick up for family, and you guys should too. So close, and then finally, the asshole to my left, sorry, to my back. This lady pours like water or beer, and I am just like, what the hell is this feeling? When I go back and sit back into my chair. Oh, it's just beer. Sorry. She leaves, and later on in the night, her husband or whatever is cracking a goddamn beer can, and I'm still getting showered with the particles of the fucking beer. And I told him, hey, bro, cut that shit off. I'm getting I'm getting a shower. Is that okay? Too much to ask? And he just kind of looks at me all pissed off, like, wow, dude. Some people have, I'm there to have fun too, but I'm not there to ruin your moment like everybody else was in that section. And that section sucked. Sorry, I'm just gonna put that out there. And with that said, let's move on to the pay-per-view, which let's just start with the bad because I'm talking about all the bad stuff. We're going to get to the best parts, okay, that are more memorable in my mind than what just transpired and what was just said was this pay-per-view. The bad part was the ending. Oh my God, we had John Moxley versus Cope or Adam Copeland, what have you. Match started off slow. Nobody got into it. It was only because the last three matches were just off the hook. I want to say it was the last three matches. But man, I was just kind of into it towards the end because the style of match that they had was more a traditional lay on your back, uh, kind of go back and forth, see if they can get the crowd into it. They couldn't, unfortunately, because of the last previous matches. They were just that good. Towards the end, though, the run-ins with Wheeler Yuta, Switchblade hitting or accidentally hitting Cope with the briefcase. That was a nice little segment there. It didn't decide the match. I just want to clear that up. It didn't decide the match. And then towards the end of the match, you had Christian Cage making it into a three-way, cashing in his contract. It was short-lived. I felt like it should have been a little bit sooner. Maybe we could have had these guys put on a longer match between all three of them, and maybe would have gotten the crowd because the crowd did pop for Christian. They were like chanting WTF. in my section. I don't know. My section was very quiet, and I I thought they should have had Christian Cage kind of either cash in a little bit sooner or a little bit later. But the end result was that John Moxley took advantage after Christian Cage hit Cope with the spear and then the kill switch. Only to have John Moxley going back inside the ring and put him in that chokehold and causing him to pass out, retaining. So a bit of a clean finish, but people were getting upset, and I go, why? WWE does it for like 2.5 years with the Bloodline, and they want to say it's garbage. You guys didn't say it was garbage when it was nepotism over there on the other brand. So please shut the hell up, okay? Let them cook, so to speak. Let them brew it in the kitchen. I don't know what buzzword you guys want to use. Just back off. It was an okay. It was a bad ending. I'll agree. But let them do their thing. Hopefully, in the future, you'll get your cake and eat it too. But just relax. WWE did it for way too long, and nobody said a goddamn thing. So, anyways, in no particular order, we had the towards the middle of the card, we had the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. Not taking anything away from the Outrunners, they had a loud pop. They were very popular like 3 months ago. They should have had the title shot way early, but I guess this is I don't want to say it was like a pity parade for them because they do great work. I just think that them being in this type of situation was a little bit late. Should have been sooner, basically. But the Hurt Syndicate, when you guys see these guys live, man, they are big, muscular men who are just they're in just peak form. Bobby Lashley, boom. Shelton Benjamin, man, damn. They hurt people, and that's pretty much what we got. We got like a quick squash match, so to speak, in terms of time, because I think it was one of the quickest matches out there. And Hurt Syndicate kept the titles, and yeah, we love chanting "We Hurt People." Everybody in the arena was chanting "We Hurt People," even my son, which was great because I love to see my son get into this. Oof. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather, but I'm going to keep doing this no matter what. Try to get the content to you guys every Wednesday. Next match on my mind and on my list was Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. This match should have been easily Forbidden Door match or Collision or Dynamite, only because I felt like a lot of people were caught off guard with the match. It's hard hitting. I like watching New Japan, so I knew what I was going to get into. The crowd didn't, so they were kind of stale at the moment, but towards like maybe 5 minutes in, they started getting into it because it was hard hitting. You got like a fast paced match, and they were pulling off moves that I say go watch this match. Wasn't the best. I felt like it did drag on a little too much, but again, those are the type of strong style matches, and I'm going to call it what it is. It was a female strong style match or a Stardom, what have you, style of match, and I enjoyed it for what it was and what it is. And I'm glad the crowd eventually got into it. And that was great. Even though Mercedes Moné still won the match, she's still your TBS Women's Champion, and that's great. I have been a little bit hard and, as my friends know, criticizing her a little bit, but she is making her opponents look way better in the ring, and I'm glad. The only person she couldn't get over was Britt Baker, but we all know she has her personal issues. But, we all wish her the best, and hopefully she can get out of that funk. It's a company, you got to work together, got to put people's asses in seats, and I think for what it's worth, Monet did great, and I liked it. I liked the match. That's just me. Next match here, we got Brody King versus the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, and I love it, man. With the Rainmaker, the little flip of the coin thing, his theme song, and then you had the money flowing down, from his entranceway. That's cool, dude. I went to Bola, uh, Battle of LA, and yeah, he was there. So it's not my first time seeing him live. Um, dude, that match was hard hitting. Um, you know, Brody King, just amazing guy from Van Nuys, hometown hero. Uh, dude, they put on a good match, hard hitting. At some points, you had Kazuchika Okada just say, "Boy, this is a big boy," because he was trying to slam him, trying to do some things, and he went into his cheating ways, and eventually got the win. Crowd popped huge for Brody, so I hope there's like a bright future for him. Hopefully, down the line, he does get a title sooner rather than later, or maybe if he does get it later, it'll be worth it because people are really, really behind him, and that's great to see. Uh, Okada, man, you're setting something up because he's the Continental title champion, and it was just a pretty good match, hard hitting, and then you got the match that opened the night, MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Wow, man, right off the bat, people were just into this one, and I gotta say, I was too. Um, and not so much my son. He got towards the end there. um, but MJF, Hangman Adam Page, you got the Devil versus the man who thinks he's doing everything right in his mind, but is bad. And he knows he's a bad person, but he knows what he does is right. So you kind of saw the conflict of ideologies there in the match. And that is just, dude, a banger. Whatever buzzword you guys want to use, I'll use it in this case because I'm feeling good. And yeah, they put up a freaking banger in the beginning of the show. And I think that speaks a lot because these guys are overly popular. They shouldn't be anywhere in the mid. Yes, opening bout, and they should be in the main event. Man, one of those two guys should definitely be main eventing AEW or even being their champ. Uh, I feel in my mind those two can never be. They can never grow stale. There's always an intrigue. There's always something with those two, and you're always hooked onto them, which is perfect. Um, Hangman got the victory. MJF, whoops, can't even say the name. Maxwell Jacob Freeman did lose. And the next match here would be Swerve Strickland and Ricochet. Man, Swerve, Ricochet, magic. Another great match. Uh, with Prince Nana getting accidentally thrown to the floor by Swerve, him leaving, then coming back again like 3/4 of the way of the match. Perfect. Amazing. They had like these good spots. They had Swerve kind of digging deep into that heelish Swerve Strickland, who's going to pull off all the stops. And then you had Ricochet, who is just trying to fend off. He's trying to find out who he is. He's trying to like keep bad man Swerve in his place. Excuse me. And I just got to say, the psychology in this was awesome. I loved it so much. Ricochet, I know you kids love using this word. Let him cook, because in the other company, they gave you garbage to work with, as in mic skills and opponents. From the AEW, yeah, he was a little timid using the mic. Kind of like over there. But they worked with him. Either he said, "Hey, let me try to get better at this," or two, give me something better to work with. Combination of both or one over the other, but man, this guy is better on the mic. He is being himself, and I love it. He's being a little ass. And this match showed it. And in the end, Swerve won. I'm not going to give away too many match details. I was there live. I do want to watch this thing again on Amazon Prime. If you guys want to shoot me $50, great. Go ahead and do so. Or I'm gonna wait until my next paycheck that I'm finally gonna get. Yay! And then we had next match I want to talk about is the Real Bout Machine, Kenny Omega versus the champion Kenosuke Takeshita. Wow. People just popped for Kenny Omega. My goodness. The crowd. My son may not know who Kenny Omega is, but he got up and he started cheering, and I love that. Because he was mimicking Dad, and that's a beautiful thing. Probably doesn't mimic me going nuts over here, beating people, but got up off his seat, started cheering for Kenny Omega, and that was like, to me, that was beautiful. I wish I would have taken a photo or recorded that, but I love it. It's gonna live in my memory banks. And then we had the champion Kenosuke Takeshita. Dude, I love the fact that Don Callis has a lot of heat. The crowd went crazy saying F Don Callis. Here's just a suggestion. Maybe have the Don Callis family eventually down the line hold all the titles hostages. They're all champs. Have a faction that's that damn good holding on to all the titles in AEW. And I think the Don Callis family would be a perfect fit. Not only that, big heat on Don Callis. And his stable is really, really good. Moving on to the match. Bit of a slow start again. Here's a key term. Slow starts, but it built into something great. And that was most of these matches. And by God, Kenny Omega and Kenosuke Takeshita put on a hell of a match. Beginning, they were feeling each other out. And you had the storyline of, will Kenosuke Takeshita take advantage of the depleting Kenny Omega, who's having his, having doubts on himself because of his stomach issues. And this match just played into it. Kenny Omega took like a belly first on the edge of a table that wasn't really flat. It was to the side. And that was just amazing. I mean, man, they had other spots too, which were kind of like cringe. But this match had everything. It went out to the outside. Just inside the ring with their, I want to say, strong style way of wrestling, and it was great. Got a lot of E triggers. I got to tell you, they both love using their knees, and yes, someone did mention it's the best in the business. I like to think so. And back and forth, just Kenny Omega using that psychology, if he can do it because of his stomach, ultimately got the victory and is the new international champion, which is awesome because, as I mentioned, Kazuchika Okada with that Continental title, they can do something at All In and combine the two titles. Less titles, the better. I feel like too many titles around, certain people get lost in the mix, but having at least 2 central championships would be great. Men's world title, intercontinental title, TNT title. I believe that's the men's, right? 3? Okay, so 3. And the last match I'm going to mention was just perfect. It was the perfect Hollywood ending match between Mariah May and Toni Storm, our champion. Woo. Hard hitting. These women couldn't wait, or Mariah May couldn't wait to get her hands on Toni Storm, attacking her on the ramp on the way down, and they just got into it. Toni Storm's bodyguard Luther was I don't know where the hell he went, but he just got knocked off the stage, and we didn't see him for a good while. These ladies put on a great no holds barred or match, or the Hollywood ending match. No DQ, no disqualification. Hard hitting. Toni Storm was just bleeding profusely. Mariah May as well. And these women pulled off all the stops. One of them got hit in the woohoo, in the vag. That was Toni Storm getting hit in the vag area. And it it just shows that these two ladies have great chemistry. They can work with each other. They can make it seriously, make it fun. It was a good overall entertaining match that should have ended the show because at the end they put the end, and if they would have just focused on that and panned out and closed off the show with that, I think everybody would be happy. Everybody would be talking about how great it was. But unfortunately, people want to be talking about how bad it was because of the main event, which was John Moxley and Cope. But do go out of your way to see this if you want. Just prepare yourself if you do see it. The ending is not the best. But again, I will say this. This is my 2 cents. Okay. Overall experience. Family and I went. My son loves it when I'm having a good time. My wife can attest to this when I'm acting. I'm going to say it like this. When I'm acting a fool, my son ignores me. Good. Pay attention when daddy's doing the great stuff. But I don't like it when certain people have an issue when there's a kid trying to have fun. You know what? And I'm going to say it like this out of front. Fuck you. Children are having fun, whether it be my kid or somebody else. If they're having fun, even better. Because they're going to become fans of the product. And you and your stupid analogy of, oh my God, he's paying homage to WWE. Shut the hell up. There's nobody paying homage. It's a goddamn move. If I did a pile driver, am I doing it for Gorilla Monsoon? Am I doing it for Bobby the Brain Heenan? Am I doing it for Ravishing Rick Rude? We used to use the pile driver a lot. No, it's a goddamn move. Leave it alone and stop making your stupid assumptions. Get a little bit educated, get a little know-how, or do one of these things so we can hear your goddamn opinion. But those type of fans annoy the shit out of me because then it takes me out of the element of enjoying the wrestling for what it is. If you're going to reference another company, then go to that company. It's like seeing a Laker fan go to a Clipper game and criticize the Clippers for not being a winning team. You see how stupid that is? You see how that makes no goddamn sense? I've been to WWE events. Yeah. And yeah, I do have fun, but I don't mention AEW. I'll mention their product, and that's it. As in their product, the WWE product. People, come on. Enjoy the two companies for what they are. They're not trying to shout out to somebody else or something. You might see glimpses, but it's a wrestling move. People can use them on both sides of the company or even everywhere else. So if New Japan does it and they do, let's say, a spear, oh my God, they're shouting out to Roman Reigns, or they're shouting out to Edge or Cope or Rhino. Like, how stupid can you be? It's a goddamn move. Leave it alone. So at one point, sorry, going on a goddamn rant, people were trying to do the Seth Rollins theme song because John Moxley did a curb stomp. Let it go. Let it go. And for the people who did that chant, you're an idiot. This isn't WWE. That was AEW. You're in an AEW event. And you're cheering on a guy who injured most of the performers in the ring that he's with. Yeah, that's a guy I really want to get behind. Seth Rollins is stale. Seth Rollins is stealing. You know what he's doing with his whole funny laughing? He's just doing Sting's persona, the Joker Sting. But he wants to be like some moronic idiot with his flamboyant outfit and laughing. Okay, please just stop. Let's get back to what was more important, the AEW pay-per-view. And I do got to say, amazing. The ending, yes, for what it's worth, not the best. But hey, the other guys did it. Nobody complains. Yet AEW does something similar, not exactly similar. They get criticized. Y'all need to shut the hell up. Let them cook. Let them do what they got to do because AEW is better. Hands down, better wrestlers, better product than the guys over there. All right. That's my 2 cents. But here's where I want to leave you guys off. Please do support AEW. Please support your local indie wrestling if you have a chance. Take your kids out. For the independent wrestling, strongly against. I don't want to take my kid just yet. I want to take my kid when he's a little bit older, maybe when he's about maybe in his teens. But I love the fact that I take him to the AEW wrestling. And for the most part, it has been a family tradition. Hopefully, we can continue that. It might be a little bit harder for us at the moment moving forward. But we'll see. I love going to these things live. Excuse me. And for what it's worth, my brother and his friends, they were there too in the crowd. And shout out to them. They had fun. I'm pretty sure their section was way more fun than ours. But yeah, it's sometimes it can be hit or miss. This time around, my section just wow. This is gonna be the second time I get showered with liquid at quote unquote Staples / Crypto. Last time I got a bath was when I wore my Ducks jersey at a Kings game and the Kings lost. And most of these fans just started throwing beer at me, which was okay, I guess. Got free beer, got a free beer shower. But yeah. Okay, guys. Rambled on a little bit. So basically just, you know what? I got to follow my mantra too. Do good, be good, do no harm to others. But I'm going to stick up for my family. I'm going to stick up for me. And if you're causing me to get into that side, then yeah, I'm going to have to break that. And I know it's a public setting, but still, I'm glad my wife's there. I'm glad my son's there. I got to set an example for him. Just, making sure that these type of people don't get too far under my skin. It's about having thick skin. It's about talking to people and, just letting them know that, hey, don't F with me because, man, I had fun. Just some people, dude, just, you want to pick on little kids? Pick on somebody your own size. Me. Well, anyways, do good, be good, do no harm to others. Yes, I know, kind of broke that almost on Sunday. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.